Well, we're going to go with this. Trying to switch from YouTube live streaming to Twitch live streaming is a bit of a... it's a pain in the ass. I haven't done it often enough to just have it automatically down pat, and apparently I unfiddled some things I fiddled with yesterday that shouldn't have been fiddled with, so I'm done fiddling, hopefully. So howdy everybody. Welcome a few minutes late to the broadcast. I think we're all set. Let me know if anything is weird, sound, video, odd things appearing on screen, whatever. I think I've got it all fixed again, so hopefully it goes smoothly, and hopefully you enjoy the new sepia tone view in the game world of Cataclysm. My eyeballs are still bleeding a bit, so I'll have to wipe the blood out of my eyes eventually, or occasionally here. Yeah, so welcome back to the trials and tribulations of Larry the Streak Lawrence, our naked and afraid contestant. We are trying to make our way through the world naked and see if we can accomplish a few things. Mostly, we're trying to find a home that is accepted, or that will accept our Free Willy lifestyle. So I've determined that the way we're going to decide that is I have to find 3 different refugee centers, and the third one will be the victory, the goal. The first 2 will turn us away in horror at our lifestyle choice, and the third one will say, that's fine, as long as you can smash zombie face, we don't care. So that's the overall goal that we're trying to work within. We haven't gotten to a single of the refugee centers yet. We know where the first one is, but we haven't gone there yet. So currently, we are holed up in the first level of a lab that we just got to, and yeah, there's some irritating things going on about that whole thing. If you caught the earlier episode, oh man, I stepped in it so many times last episode where I said something and the game immediately smacked me in the mouth and just showed me the error of my ways. So one of the 2 things that I was most fearful of in coming down to the lab came true. I predicted it, and it came true. What a shock. We have fungal right on top of the lab. Not right on top. I haven't actually identified where the tower bloom or flowers are, but they're close enough that we've got fungus growing right outside the lab. So we're going to have to be really cautious, careful about how much time we spend up on the top floor and allow that to spread and or deal with it ahead of time. So we'll see how much of an impact that has. I probably ought to relocate the vehicles onto the pavement, just in case I need to set fire to the local forests and grasslands to try to slow the advance of the fungal. We'll see if we have to do that, though. Need to move some things around here on my screen. Give me 1 second to go there. Alright, I really wish they had a way of changing the font size for the chat in the streaming software. Alright, do I have a Marlos mutation playthrough on YouTube or otherwise? Of course I do! Great Fungal Dragon! Look for the Fungal Dragon challenge. That one goes through the entire process. I won't say whether we successfully completed it or not, that would be telling. But, yeah, our focus in that one was to become the Great Fungal Dragon, so give it a try. I've had some earlier dabblings, but that's the most recent / up-to-date fungal run that I've done, so. Alright, so looks like everything's working, chat's working, face cam's working, apparently voice is working, you guys aren't complaining about that. I'm assuming the entire screen's showing up. The reason I ask is because, something weird has happened to the streaming software. I don't know what happened, but it's not quite displaying the way it used to, so I'll hopefully be able to figure it out later. Yeah, so Larry the Streak Lawrence, this is our naked playthrough. I've got a self-imposed restriction that I'm not allowed to wear any clothing that has greater than 30% coverage. Up to 30, I'm okay. Can't do more than 30. The only exception I put on that was arm and leg guards, because they're integral to the martial art that he was going to use. So, other than that, no clothing, greater than 30% coverage, totally self-imposed restriction, just part of the theme, the flavor of the challenge that I decided to set up. And we're trying to work our way around it. And I'm less concerned with that than I am this stupid hoarder trait that I took at the beginning. I figured as part of his psychology, the reason he went full-on nudist lifestyle was because he had a hoarding problem. He had a squeamish problem. He had a wool allergy problem. And he said, well, those are mostly, or partially at least, due to acquiring things and having pockets and clothes and stuff. So I just won't have that stuff, and then I will try to conquer these problems. So unfortunately, I am really, really not enjoying Hoarder. Not from it's not a cool mechanic standpoint. It's from a interface nightmare standpoint. The amount of fiddling you have to do when you take the Hoarder trait is just amazingly annoying. So I don't think I'll be taking it in the future just for that particular reason. You'll see what happens. I'll demonstrate it again when we get moving, but it's not something that occurred to me when I took it that it was going to be an issue, but it's an issue. So, yeah. All right. But you can see Larry here. So 10, 8, 8, 9, pretty normal for my stat range. I don't go high stats. I just kind of fiddle with these mid-range stats. Not much in the way of encumbrance, except for a couple of backpacks, I think, and some knapsacks we're wearing currently. Skill-wise, we got our first aid up to 6. Super important. I can't say enough, kiddies. Make sure you read your first aid books. Get that first aid skill up as quick as you can. Makes a huge difference in healing nowadays. I'm getting tired of hearing people complaining about the healing on the forums and the Discord and so on, and then finding out they're not bothering to raise their first aid skill. They're not bothering to put disinfectant on their wounds. All that nonsense. It's ignorance. The healing's fine. Just gotta, do something about it. You can't just blithely go kill 100 zombies with your bare hands and then go take a 3-hour nap and be completely fine and go do it again anymore. Those days are gone. You need to learn to adapt. So raise your first healing, your first aid, please. Other than that, not much. We started with dodge. We started with unarmed a bit. We've only raised them mildly. And a little tiny bit of other ones. Tailoring, fab, mechanics. But we got a long ways to go still. Trait-wise, on the positive side, we are fast. So, you know me, I like my fast, my speedy guys. I'm all about maneuvering and running away. It's okay to kill zombies, but I'd rather avoid them in the early game. It's just too damn dangerous. So we got fleet foot, night vision, pain resistant, because pain sucks, especially in the new incarnation. Pain is just a nightmare, and I really, really, really... Is it just me that thinks it's broke? Am I alone in this? Are painkillers supposed to be this non-useful nowadays? I don't know. Maybe it's just me complaining about it. But yeah, it's a big problem. And alcohol's broke the other direction. One tiny sip of brandy and you're completely cured of all pain of any kind, and you've got an ongoing painkiller effect and no real downsides. So carry alcohol with you and ignore painkillers right now until they flip-flop or fix something. We're also quick, tough feet, because we can't wear shoes, so we gotta have tough feet. And that's about it. But we got good movement rate, good speed, so we're able to keep ahead of most of the standard zombies. That's our primary defense and offense, really. And we have a Magus trait, so we did find a magic book, and we've got one of the magic abilities or schools that we are locked into. Other than that, we're fine. Our current situation is this. If you haven't seen this yet, welcome to the Sepia Nightmare. Oh my god, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get used to this. I'd seen screenshots. I wasn't impressed. Who thought this was good? God, who thought this was a good change? Why? What was wrong with the old way? Is there a technical reason we had to change the damn color? I don't understand. I was perfectly fine with the way it was displaying previously, and I don't understand. I haven't researched it. To be fair, I haven't researched why the change was made. I just know it was made, and that there's going to be some kind of an adjustable variant of it coming, I believe, where you can, I don't know, pick your color or pick versions of a few different kinds. I don't know exactly what. But I'm not sure what was fixed or changed by this, other than making people, really not like it. So, alright. Yeah, this is brand new. This is, it hit in the updates between Friday and today. And it's my first experience with it as well, so I've got all of 10 minutes of experience staring at it myself. I'm just not sure I'm going to get used to it. We'll see how it looks in action as I start moving around and all that. But yeah, it just, I don't know. How is this better than it was? We'll find out, I guess. We'll deal with it. That's what we get. So yeah, so we're in the mine, or the laboratory. We got a good setup, so our stairs are right there. That's the stairs out. And typically, my habit when I come into a lab, meaning I'm entering it from the top, not escaping, is I pop in and I look at the 4 rooms directly adjacent to the stair room, and I try to find a spot that's got water, which we've got. It's got light, which we've got, and that's pretty much all I need. If I got water and light, everything else I can accommodate. So I built a bed, we built a workbench, we've got our brazier set up for safe fire, and we've got our wood source, and I'm standing on top of my big pile of crap. So that's all I need, really. So the infinite light and the infinite water are super, super important. They save you so much time and hassle, just trying to keep fire going when you're reading and all that kind of stuff, and so on. I think you can extinguish. Can you extinguish fires now? Yeah, you can extinguish fires now. So that's a new one as well. I haven't actually used it yet. I'm looking forward to it. So now I don't have to walk away to get out of range when I'm reading or something, and I've got the light. I can just say, put the fire out. Wield bashing item. You smash the fire out, do you? Isn't that a little rough on the brazier? Huh. Alright, whatever. So we'll possibly take care of that. But yeah, so we can put the fire out. So that's new as well. You'll probably have to remind me. I'll forget about that. But that's all we've done. So we briefly looked around, and you'll notice the funny looks of these 2 rooms. We had fungus drop down out of the Z level from above and start to infect these 2 rooms. So I had to set them on fire. So we went in, we killed the stuff, we closed the other doors up, and then we lit it all on fire. And there's still 1 or 2 patches that are burning that I had to go back and finish off that didn't quite get caught in the main blaze. But I think we've got it stamped out. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I don't want to keep fighting that continuously. But other than that, we haven't done much. So we've got an auto dock room that we dropped directly into. We've got a containment. Nothing else of note, really. None of the rest of these were super important. But we got a lot of resources nearby, so it's all good. But we haven't gone anywhere else in the lab. I have no idea how large it is, how deep it goes, where we're at. It's kind of centered in this particular floor. None of that. So hopefully it's fairly large. I want to be here a little while we get some prep work done on getting Larry a little better outfitted for survival. So here's our world map. If you missed Mondays, $1.24. That would be a YouTube subscription. So in 3.5 months, when you see this, howdy, thanks. Yeah, so this is the map. We haven't gone very far. Let me get back over to it here. We started right up here. We started on this peninsula. It was hilarious. So we started out on this peninsula. And yeah, it's an odd location to get a start. And we worked our way in. We based out of this house for the first part of the game. Kind of ran around Shoreham and Woonsocket a bit. And finally, we'd head south. We got a good look at the Masardis region. And I decided I was going to relocate down to this lab. And that's where we're at. Unfortunately, somewhere nearby, we've got a fungal growth. So we do have fungus. We started to see the fungus right about here. So somewhere out this way is going to be a fungus tower. It's going to be either a tower or a bloom because the flowers don't expand like that. But yeah, there's fungus right outside the lab door. My goal was to get set up in here for a bit, take advantage of as much of the lab as we can, and then work our way in. Hey there, XBlue555. Thanks very much for the resub. 3 months, appreciate that. Man, I wish I could get that chick to say Vorm. I'm not sure if you can phonetically put something in my name to misspell it on purpose to get her to say it correctly. I don't know how you get an or in there. Might have to test it sometime. But yeah, I was hoping to get some work done inside the lab, take advantage of our opportunities in there, and then occasionally make trips back outside, because we've got some good buildings in Masardis here. We've got magic buildings, the magic shop, we've got a used bookstore that also has magic, some garages. The thing we're not going to deal with anytime real soon is this gray F right here. This gray F for forest actually indicates the Demon Spider Queen lair. So yeah, that's exciting, but we're not going to be visiting that or getting anywhere near it anytime soon. But we're going to be in this lab for a bit, so settle back, get ready for yet another turret death as I work my way through the lab. But I actually haven't died to turrets recently. I've had pretty good runs in the labs recently. But we really just finished getting all of our gear down here and getting this little base area set up. So I haven't really done anything beyond that. I'm going to have to remind myself what I was planning on doing. Or what I was planning on working on, because I don't remember. All right, let me back up, check chat real quick, and then we'll get things rolling. Hi, everybody that said howdy in chats. Hello, Denmark. Getting kind of late for Denmark. Yes, I will be changing a bit my streaming schedule to try to make it a little more convenient for some of our good friends over across the pond. You like the channel update and Q&A? I liked it too. It was just longer than I expected it to be, but it was the very first one. I had a lot to say. I had a lot to cover, so future ones will go a little smoother once I figure out how to make the transition between Twitch streaming and YouTube streaming a little smoother, and get a few other things. It was a good experience. Had fun. Once things got rolling, it went really well, so... Did the newbie Q&A stream already happen? Well, it sort of happened at the end of yesterday's YouTube run, but the main part of the thing went way longer than I thought. I'm going to be rescheduling a newbie Q&A time frame and just have that all by itself, so people know when to show up exactly, not tag it onto the end of the channel update stuff. So I'll pick an alternate time frame. For the new player Q&A stuff, I'll separate those two, because that took way longer than I thought it was going to. Read an update for Kevin, hadn't heard before. We're switching the default to mid-spring. Yeah, they've been working on that and planning on that for a while. There's some kind of timing issue with, I don't remember the details, but they haven't been able to do it for a while because they had some problems, so. An anonymous cheerer. Well, thank you, anonymous cheerer. Yeah, there's lots of shock zombies running around. Most of the other early game upgraded ones are gone. No shady zombies, no acid I haven't seen recently, bloaters, smoke. Most of those all seem to be disappeared from the very early game. The evolution versions and such. But shock zombies are all over the place still. V-O-A-R-M maybe? Yeah, that might work. Vo-arm. We'll have to do some experiments, see if we can get the pronunciation right. Hey there, PC Dragon. You are welcome. Yeah, I did some experimental streams where I started 2 or 3 hours earlier. I started at like noon, 1 o'clock my time, which is 3 to 4 hours earlier. And I did that a few weeks back. As kind of a test, but I didn't warn anybody ahead of time I was going to do it, so I was mainly just kind of poking and seeing what was possible and who showed up when. But I'll do announcements and we'll make some adjustments at some point. Alright, let's get it back into the gameplay. I think I'm all caught up, so... let's see. What the heck was I going to do? First, am I hauling? Whoops, that's crouching. That's not hauling. Alright, not hauling. Great. Let's look at the stuffs. So, we got some guns, which is good. That way I can take on... Oh, that's right. Computer skill, computer skill, computer skill. We got to sit here and get my computer skill up to 8. Once we've done that, then I can start roaming the lab, because that'll get me into most of the lab locations, computer skill 8. Occasionally it'll fail on the armory computers to get on the inside of the armory, but I'll get through most barracks and libraries and things like that, and the vaults, so... that's the most important thing. I gotta take the time to actually get reading and get the computer skill done. If I'm gonna roll a lab, getting computers up to 8 makes it way easier and faster, and I can take advantage of things a lot better. The only thing I'm worried about is actually food. I don't know if I brought enough food to do that much reading in one go. I was hoping to get some here in the lab by hitting up the soldier MREs in the barracks, as well as the vending machines in various spots, and the stuff that you find, of course, in the apartment complex areas and all that. So we got quite a bit of general stuff. I'm still missing a hacksaw, aren't I? Yeah, I am still missing the hacksaw. We never did actually get a hold of a hacksaw. We got all the other basic tools, but we don't have metal cutting. I really, really hate it when I have to actually go into metalworking to make a tool. That's part of the 50% item drop rate, though. I run into the problem on occasion. So, yeah, that's not a lot of food. That is not nearly enough food. Going above ground is dangerous. We have quite the book collection. Not worried about books, of course. Alright. Yeah. What's the point of studying? Morale is too low. This is part of the joys of the hoarding trait. So here's what's going on. -70 because of hoarding trait. Makes it so I can't even check the list of books that I would like to read because I get the what's the point of studying morale is too low indicator. And the reason it's happening is because I have 31 capacity but only 10 volume being used. And I'm a hoarder. It wants me to maximize the volume. So I'm constantly having to drop backpacks, pick items up to try to get close enough to that, but still leave space available so I can pick up whatever book I do decide to read. It's a clunky nightmare that I didn't expect to happen. I didn't understand or realize what was going to happen. I have never taken Hoarder before, and I'm really not a fan. I'm not liking it in the slightest. It's just a clunky ass nightmare that's really annoying. Yeah, I am worried about this food supply. Postums, crackers, cashew bars. I also don't have a pickaxe or a jackhammer yet to get into the barracks and start taking apart soldiers. So one of a few things needs to happen. Either I need to pursue the metalworking chain so I can get a pickaxe put together, or I need to get my computer skill up, which would be my preferred version. What's the bulkiest item you can make? You can actually craft? You mean I'm not sure what you mean. You mean takes up space, or do you mean provides volume? Not sure which direction you're going with there. There are some pretty bulky items out there, like 200-liter steel drums. That kind of thing, I think, is close to the top end. Oh, I have no idea what's the most bulky I can currently craft. Nah, it's got to go into my inventory. I can't just wield it, and I can't pick up a 200-liter steel drum. And my inventory changes depending on how many backpacks and knapsacks and so on I have on, so it's never going to be the same amount. It's just annoying. I'll work around it. It's just an interaction, an interface interaction consequence that I hadn't anticipated. So, all right, here's the gear we're rolling around with. So we've got our home wrecker. We've got some backpacks. Not wearing much else, as you can see. We got the panties, the tool belt, you know, for my tool. That's where I keep it. And sunglasses and a dive watch and knee pads. That's pretty much it. That's what we roll around with. We got a glass bottle of tequila, so I can instantly conquer all pain, which is stupid, broken. Hopefully they fix it. We got the fire axe, is what we've mainly been using for dealing out any melee damage when I'm not punching things with the knuckles. We got most of the normal medical gear. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm carrying. So, I am most concerned about this. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. Let's see. Gotta decide, do I make some forays into town before The fungal spreads too much around the laboratory here. The more I move around above ground, the more spread it's going to do, and it's going to just get exponentially worse. Lots of houses I could raid to grab food. Pizza parlor. Restaurant. So, a lot of nearby buildings I could do. I don't see... there's a grocery store there. But it is... it's a summer start, so a lot of the perishable foods are gone. That's partly why I don't have all that much stockpiled food. Because with the late start, a lot of the food has been... is rotten. Is just spoiled and no longer any use, so... Did I ever get... I'm real close to survival 1. I could do the pine nut shuffle. That means spending time above ground in the area with the fungal growing. So that's another consideration. I think what I'll do is we'll sleep. I'll start reading the books. We'll see just how long it's going to take me to get through the books. It's going to be a little ugly because I've only got 8 intelligence. And the later computer books are high intelligence necessary, so it's going to take a really long time. I'm not sure. It's going to take a long time. To go from 0 to 8 computers with 8 intelligence and no reading traits or anything. I'm going to really think about this. It might be a waste of my time to even do that. It might be better if I just go the metalworking route. Dig my way into the various places I need to get. Benefit of the computer route is eventually I'll be able to do like a control laptop and such. Am I lighting my brazier indoors? Well, of course I'm lighting my brazier indoors. Yes, that's the whole point of the brazier, is so you can... have the fire safely contained inside. That is its function. Create a wooden bike and travel the wasteland. Naked bike riding. Yeah, I've noticed that the brazier is putting out smoke a lot more often than it used to. It has no effect unless you're like severely injured or have some other weird effects going on. It's just a very temporary thing. So I don't really care as long as I'm not in any kind of a danger. And you don't often get snuck up on in a lab. Once you've examined the local area and cleared the local critters, almost nothing ever shows up by surprise. I do say almost. I'm not saying it never happens. I've been surprised on a few occasions, but generally speaking, nothing's ever going to show up. So as long as you're not on the brink of death and smoke inhalation is a serious concern, then it doesn't really matter if you catch a whiff of smoke even half a dozen times during a crafting or a reading session. Let's go sleep. Let's get that done first. 11 a.m. We'll wake up a little before the sun goes down, and then I'll have to make my decision. I'm going to check out this extinguish fire thing, though. Let's wield the home wrecker. That's got plenty of bash. Put out fire. Alright, I like it. It's that simple. Fire is out. New ability, new option, putting fires out. That's a little more convenient. Alright, so we're just going to sleep. What is my body weight? We're at normal body weight. I'm not getting any nasty weight messages. Yep, let's just go to sleep. Actually, do I need to... What is my bandage situation? I've got 7 on me. 14 more to go. Alright, let's go ahead and throw a bandage on my head and my arm. I don't think I'll disinfect. Well, nah, there's no reason not to. I got so much disinfectant. Alright, now we'll sleep. Oh, actually, I'm going to get woken up. I've got those robots that I haven't dealt with. We do have one problem with my little choice of starter areas. We got cyborgs right here. They're going to constantly wake me up. I do have earplugs. All right. Earplugs in. Off to sleep we go. Nope, no alarm. Yeah, there are hot plates in labs. I've run across them, not super often, but they are part of the loot pool. Oh crap! Stop! I can't stop. Son of a bitch. Z levels are still running. No way it would be taking this long. Well, actually, that's not true. It could be taking this long if Z levels are not working. I have a problem where Z levels don't turn on and off the way they're supposed to. I'll have to check these settings because Z levels are supposed to be off right now, but it shouldn't be taking this long to process turns. I have had problems where there are places in the game world, randomly, where with Z levels off, with nothing nearby, it still takes forever for turns to process for absolutely no discernible reason. So this is not acceptable. If I'm going to have to wait this long for sleep, for reading, for any kind of time-passing activity, I'm just going to go nuts. It's going to be a lot of me sitting here staring at nothing, waiting for me to wake up or waiting for an action to complete. And I can't do that. So this is a specific reason why I don't play with Z levels. Just ridiculous how long this stuff takes, even on a fast computer. Nah, Box, it doesn't affect morale or anything. Game is enforcing my read chat. Could be. Alright. What the hell, game? Current world. See, Z level's false, but still, we've got massive slowdown going on. If I go upstairs and it's nothing but wall to wall to floor to ceiling to forest to road fungal, then we'll know the Z level's actually still enabled, even though it says that it's off. That's the only reason that usually I see that activity. But like I said, I have found sections of game world that for absolutely no reason moves real slow. And it can happen in a lab as well. But I mean, I've had bases out literally in the middle of nowhere. No underground anything. No multi-story buildings. No towns within like a dozen map tiles. And still, when I tried to sleep, it was super, super slow. I'm going to go pop my face above ground real quick. Let's go see if the fungal just spread for 8 hours of uninterrupted. I don't cares about the blob. Hey, blob. You're a big blob. And a fungaloid out there. Alright, well, I have my answer. It says that it's off. It's not off. Oh, man. Steve the Steve. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Oh, this sucks. This is very bad. I don't know what the deal is with this army of fungal right here. But yeah, it's just non-stop fungal as far as I can see. And these guys will turn this into pure fungal here in no time at all. So yeah, we're already screwed. Yes, you can peek up and down stairs. Just stand on the stair and then use the peek command. And, or use the peek command, I mean, and then the downstairs command, and it'll peek. You do have to have Z levels on. No. Wait. Did they change that? God, I can't remember now. I have forgotten. I think you can do it without Z levels. I could be wrong. It's been forever since I tested either way. I forget which one. Yeah, this is screwed up. This is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Now we've got blobs running loose all over. We've got fungal all over. And again, I don't know what the deal is with this huge accumulation of these guys out here. But they're going to just instantly turn this whole area. They're going to turn it into fungal in no time at all. Let's see. What to do here? Could retreat and hide back in the lab. And come out later and just set fire to all the fungal stuff. then I run the risk of blowing up my vehicle. If I wanted to set fire to it before they converted to concrete, like you can see right there, the roadbed has been converted. They're starting to get it converted now. If I go fight these guys, I will definitely get infected if I try to fight that many unprotected. I can't even, there's so many of them, I can't even really drive around them in the current setup. Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This is a pickle. I'm not sure what to do about this. I have no chance of getting my gear back out of the lab and going somewhere else. That would be the other alternative. If I had known we were going to have this problem, I would have second-guessed my decision to actually go into this lab and possibly would have just kept moving. Our target, our first target, is down this way. There's the first refugee center. It's going to be right down the end of this road. So that's, yeah. This stage, though, it's going to take me hours to drag all my stuff back up out of the lab. I think it'll be too late. I think I'm just going to have to seed the above ground to the mushrooms. Yeah, we're just gonna abandon the above ground to the mushrooms. Hey there, zombie and blob. I don't want to fight you right now. I got backpacks on. You got blobified. Oh, they hit me a bunch of times. You bad blobs. Yeah, that color shift is driving me crazy. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright. Well, what does that change? Yeah, it's just not good. Not good. One second. I think I forgot to send out pings about the challenge starting. Got distracted by my issues with the software. Couldn't you finish the challenge now with driving around and just scavenging for fuel? That's the theory, but I don't know if I'm going to be continuously roadblocked. So I could theoretically do that, but I'm still going to have to get visual ranges on the various locations. And step one in our plan was to get out of that messed up area and find somewhere where I could actually do some leveling up and stuff. I'm not as concerned about the fungus as I am the combination of the fungus running loose and the slowdown problem of being in the lab and having sleep and reading and everything else take a huge amount of time. Because imagine that sleep session I just did and how long it took, and then magnify that by the number of books I was planning on reading. The slowdown is just going to make it take stupid lengths of time. Let's do this. I'm going to toggle this off and on one more time in the hopes that we actually get it to trigger right. So I'll have to do this a few times. Bear with me. See if it has any kind of an effect. I'm suspecting it's not going to have an effect. Alright, let's try to read for a second, see how long the reading process takes. Focus 29. Good old morale. See, I think... Oh, yeah, it's just... I think the hoarder trait should give you, like, -12 all by itself. The morale negative is bad enough, but the fact that having your morale like that, also continuously tanking your focus when you're not set up, and the amount of time and effort it takes to fix the focus problem is a massive change or massive negative, because I mean this is your experience multiplier as a percent. So 100 focus means you get 100% XP for whatever activity you're trying to do for a skill up. 29 focus means I'm only going to get 29% of the XP. So if I read right now, it's going to take me 5 or 3 times longer to get a level than it would normally. And the effort it takes to get this focus back up, this goes away instantly as soon as I take off the backpacks. This does not instantly revert to a more reasonable number. So having this happening keeps this at a permanent low unless you're just always making sure you have maximum items, which is, again, just an interface nightmare. I hate this trait. I'll never play with this trait again. Alright, let's, I guess we'll make a pile over here. Dump you 2. That gets me down to 10.75 out of 11. So if I wait, you can see the -70 has gone away. Just magically instantly disappears. I feel better! I dropped some empty backpacks and I have magically cured my morale problem. But my focus problem that was caused because of the -70 artificial morale is still trash. Oh, did it make my mouse off center again? I had that problem one other time. What did I do to fix that? Really, I just reloaded the game when I fixed it last time. I can't stand my mouse being off center. I think what happens is I move the game window and it moves. I'm recording in a game window, not full screen anymore, and it's causing some interaction issues. But I can't get this. Let's see here. Alright, game, come on, catch up. Alright, so where is it showing my cursor? Alright, so that's showing correctly now. Yeah, I don't like the fact that the cursor, when I try to point at things, is not in the right spot. It's a consequence of a change I had to make in how I capture the image. Alright, so I'm circling the character, Alright, so the mouse is fixed again. Ping me in chat if you see me trying to circle or point at things and it's way off, and I'll fix it. It fixes itself as soon as I close and relaunch the game. So, all right. So we're back to what we were doing. So I was complaining about the morale trashing by the hoarder trait, or the focus trashing. The secondary consequence of that silly morale thing they've got going on. So yeah, I think the hoarder trait has a much larger impact than the point cost that it grants you, just due to the fact that it trashes your focus so easily. So if it instantly goes from -70 to -2 just by taking off a backpack, but you're still sitting with super trash focus, then it's not working right. It's too big a consequence for the point value that it's currently costing. Yeah. And of course now I don't have enough space to pick up the books, which is the other half of the problem that I was dealing with. Oh, that's hilarious. I currently can't see the backpack in this space because my night vision adjusts so bad between the lit space and the dark. Take off the sunglasses. Can I see it then? Nope, still can't see it then. Take off the safety glasses. Sure, drop them. Nope, still can't see it. That's funny. Let's drop the home wrecker. That's what it's at. 9.75. Computer science, just once for the moment. Alright. Also give me comic book. Let's go with Western novel. So I'm going to spend hours getting my focus back up to a decent number. Now we're back up to 103. Morale's fine. Right on the edge there. Have a toastum. Have the other type of toastum. Chocolate bar. And that's it for now. Can't remember. Do I have... I do. Clean water. Alright. Let's see how long this takes. Computer science with 103 focus with decent morale bonus to help offset the drain to our focus. The book has no fun factor, and it has what requirement? Oops, it's on the ground. It takes intelligence of 5. So this one's pretty easy. So this one we can easily meet the intelligence requirement with our 8 intelligence. So this one should be fairly quick. What time is it? It is not quite 11 p.m. Alright, go for it. See, time's moving by pretty good this time. Now that I've reset the Z levels twice. This is a reasonable flow of time. Let's see if it's just the sleep cycle that causes the slowdown. Had some really weird timing issues. Even this seems a little slow to me. So that was 4 hours for a level at the lowest level. Yeah, that's still going to be pretty bad. And we drained our focus down to 52. So it took longer and longer as time went by because our focus dropped. Cold and hoarder, -5. That's fine. Cold is going to be an ongoing issue for us. Let's see. Can't remember. Did I MP3 player? Oops. Oh, no MP3 player. Yeah, this is going to take a while. What are you thinking on this guy, Magic or Bionics? I don't know. The Bionics have changed a lot. So they've gone through another nerf cycle, and now when you dissect for Bionics, if you bother to do so, given the 45 minutes for every attempt and the 90% fail rate, now you have to mend them, you have to clean them, you have to seal them in a pouch in an autoclave. Then you have to go actually get them installed. So there's a bunch of more steps, items, furniture items, and so on that are required for getting CBMs in. So yeah. So there you go. So probably not Bionics. I might let that settle out a little bit, let the backlash occur, and see if it goes through a few update cycles. Jumping on the bandwagon for that right out of the gate doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but who knows? I haven't really decided on one or the other. Might be simpler just to go with magic this run. Stay away from mutations. I don't want to do mutations, that I know, because we just finished up the post-threshold Chimera run. I got quite a bit of mutations that time, so I'm okay with settling away from mutations for this run. Bionics, probably not as well. We'll keep this guy just a guy with a little bit of magic, maybe, thrown in for some flavor, some opportunity. Especially if I get the haste spell. Love the haste spell. This guy on haste would be pretty amusing. Alright, well, we got to 2. It is taking longer. I think I'm still having the slowdown problem. It's just going in smaller increments, so it seems like there's a lot of progress, but I think the overall time frame to read these low-level books is still longer than I'm used to. Oh, let's have some clean water. Not going to worry about hunger. Tired again. I only made it through two levels, the earliest 2 levels, and we're tired already. 11 a.m. Can I get through one more? Probably not. I probably should just go to sleep, get my focus back. Yeah, let's do that. Get the focus back that way. Otherwise, I'm just going to read the novel, be too tired anyway, and then lose it. So let's go take a look up top, see what if anything has changed. Is the Z level still doing its thing? Still got the blobs. Hey, blobs. The roadway's not completely infested yet that I can see. Guess we'll leave them. Alright, let's just go take a nap. Alright, let's see how long this takes. Still getting the slowdown. Yeah, we're still getting the slowdown. Kind of figured. It was just kind of masked by the reading, going in shorter bursts, so it was showing progress, but by the time it finished, it felt like it was actually taking quite a bit longer. So yeah, not good. Either Omnimech. Yeah, welcome to the new map memory color scheme. I haven't met anybody yet that went, wow, that looks awesome. I'm happy for that change. Not a single person have I seen have a positive reaction to this color change, so I don't know what they were thinking. Yes, we are, we're just guzzling our steel jerry can. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get lots of opportunities to catch up on chat when I'm sitting here waiting for 3 minutes for the nighttime to go by. Oh no, my neck is fine. I adapted to the pickup item location long ago. That's no problem. It's nice that it's in there, I guess, but the only people that care are people that played the game tons and are just so married to having that on the other side of the screen. So, don't make no difference to me. New players wouldn't even know it was an issue or would wonder why you even have the choice, so whatever. Okay, hey look, we got some hunger going on. Let's have a pickle. That pickle solves all the problems. Yeah, I have no food. This is not a stockpile of food, and we're not going to be able to get to high enough computer skill before I'm going to have to go get some more. No way is this going to last me through, at a minimum, 3 more levels. I wouldn't start trying to hack into barracks until at least computer skill 6. So I'd have to get 4 more levels. I'm only at 2 right now. No way is this small amount of food going to last me 4 more levels. So we're going to have to go out and about. Oops. What time is it? 9:17 p.m. So it's not quite dark. That actually might work in my favor. That way I can get out and be able to dodge all of the fungal stuff on my way out. I think I might relocate the vehicle. Get the Humvee and park it out here, for example. Get it far enough away from the reality bubble area that I can then come back and set fire to everything outside the lab, immediate area of the lab here, and then just go about my business for a while. So yeah, I think we'll make a run into town. Let's do that. I think I have to. I need to do a general food run, so I'll probably park the vehicle as close as I can get without attracting too much attention over here. And then I'll run in and raid houses and drop it in the vehicle, raid some more, drop it in the vehicle, and then we'll come back, drop it off, and then I'll, again, park it somewhere else. I think that's what I gotta do. Alright, so that means, once again, we're gonna play Trash the Focus games. Alright, what can we discard? Gotta take the fire axe. Oh, I do have an MP3 player. Tatted in my inventory. Silly me! Gotta take the tequila. And we'll leave the book up here. Alright, so that's my normal setup. But I'm gonna need... Yeah, getting levels in this guy is going to be tough. Now I know why. I understand why my combat skills aren't going up very fast. It's because I've been raiding while moving around. To do that, I have to have carry capacity, which when I do that, I then get the hoarder negative, which when I have that, then trashes my focus, which then causes me not to get much in the way of experience. So, yeah. Any chance of streaming on both YouTube and Twitch? Yes. Yes, very good chance. Especially over the next couple of weeks. I'm kind of in a bit of a hold pattern at the moment on my Twitch. I gotta maintain my similar schedule and not play new games, for example, right now, just to make sure that we maintain our viewership numbers. Because we're in the review process. I've submitted my application for the Twitch Partner Program, and at this point, we're pending review. So anytime they could grab my application, come check out the channel, look at the metrics before making the decision, a yay or nay for my partner status. So I don't want to risk playing a new game, for example, and only having 5 people show up to watch and trashing my numbers, my averages. So until we get the partner status done, I got to kind of maintain the schedule for Twitch. But I do plan on kind of supplementing things with YouTube streams. So keep an eye on the YouTube stream. And or the YouTube side, and especially my Discord channel. If you haven't joined my Discord, that's the best way to keep track of me and what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I keep everybody as up to date as possible. So, but yeah, I do plan on doing some more YouTube stuff. I'm having a bit of a transition problem in my streaming software, going from one to the other and the settings. And YouTube is a little funky compared to how Twitch does it. Twitch is a lot easier to set up, so we'll see. But yeah.